Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, we're looking at Joshua chapter 2, and we're talking about Rahab the harlot and how God brings a lady that has a very tainted past into a position to save and help the nation of Israel as they enter into the promised land. Now, it's amazing the kind of people that God might choose for His glory to do His kingdom work. Maybe you're thinking today, goodness, I have so many regrets in my past. I've done so many things that I know displease God. I can't imagine that God would want to use me for anything in His kingdom. Well, my friend, there are so many stories in the Bible that should give you hope, that should give you encouragement. And Rahab is one of the big stories that should do that. Because here's a lady that was a prostitute, a lady living in a very pagan, wicked, evil city, and stood in the path of God's people. Yet she made a choice. She made a choice to choose to stand with God's people, and it might even cost her life. Now, we've been talking about the fact that the book of Joshua is a book of victory by faith. And this is the victory that overcomes the world, even our faith, we read in the epistle of 1 John. And today, I'm telling you, here's a lady that God prepares for salvation. At the same time, God was preparing Joshua to be the conqueror, to be the leader. He's working inside the evil, wicked city, preparing a lady to help prepare the way and take in some spies. Let's read these verses again. Now Joshua, the son of Nun, sent out 2 men from Acacia Grove to spy secretly, saying, "Go view the land, especially Jericho." So they went and came to the house of a harlot named Rahab and lodged there. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, "Behold, men have come here tonight from the children of Israel to search out the country." So the king of Jericho sent to Rahab, saying, "Bring out the men who have come to you, who have entered your house, for they have come to search out all the country." Then the woman took the 2 men and hid them. So she said, "Yes, the men came to me, but I did not know where they were from. And it happened as the gate was being shut, when it was dark, that the men went out. And where the men went, I do not know. Pursue them quickly, for you may overtake them." But she had brought them up to the roof and hidden them with the stalks of flax, which she had laid in order on the roof. Now, several things we see here, of course, is the kind of people God can use. God used Rahab. And you think of people like Abraham. He was an idol worshiper in Ur the Chaldees, yet God used him. You think of Ruth, the Moabitess, a Gentile living in a foreign land, yet God uses her, a whole book written after her. You think of people like David, even just a shepherd boy in a field watching sheep, and yet God chooses to use him to be the great king and the leader. You think of even in the New Testament, the Apostle Paul, who was killing Christians and persecuting them. And even Jesus said, "You're persecuting me." Yet God used him to turn the world upside down. The second thing I want to point out is God's providence. God's providence. So here are 2 spies. They go into the city of Jericho. Now, how they went in, where they went in, how they kept themselves in disguise, we have no idea. But they went in to the city of Jericho, walking the streets, spying it out, and then they had to lodge for the night. And they come to a certain house and they knock on the door, I guess, and say, "Hey, we'd like to have lodging here." And of all the places in all the city, they end up in Rahab the harlot's house. Can you believe that? God's providence brought them together. God had already been working her heart, as you read the rest of this chapter, where she knew and heard of the God of Israel who had delivered them out of Egypt, and everybody's heart trembled, and she chose by faith to choose the God of Israel over the gods of her own people. And my friend, that's courageous faith. She was willing to risk her life to do that. And my friend, courageous faith will bring us, I believe, in God's providence to those people that will tell us about Jesus, that will encourage us, that will build us up, and that will help us find the true and the living God. And boy, that's what happened with Rahab. The divine appointments of God. Boy, they're so fantastic. I've enjoyed them all my Christian life as we've witnessed to people on the road and at home and around the corner. And God just brings people to you. He's already already working in their hearts. It's His wonderful work that does it. We just get to be on mission with Him. Well, God bless you, and I trust that you'll have a wonderful, wonderful day.